I'd like to call this meeting to order, please. First, I'd like to point out where our fire exits are. Just to my left through this door, and then through the door through which we all came in. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You have roll call attendance, please.
Member Erdl. Here. Member Strata.
Present.
Member Menard.
Present.
Member Yarborough. Here. And Acting Chairman Delaney.
Here. Are you ready? Do the lead on those, please.
Please take notice that the Zoning Board of Appeals of the Village of Depew will hold a public hearing on December 8th, 2022 at 7 p.m. in the council chambers of the Municipal Building, 85 Manitow Street, Depew, New York, to consider the application of Michael Kreutzer and Jacqueline Stogie for the property located at 157 Cornell Drive of Chapter 260, subset 260-14B1E1, to allow him to place a generator within the required 5-foot setback. A pre-board meeting will begin at 6:30 p.m. in the conference room of the Municipal Building, 85 Manitou Street, Depew, New York, and any and all persons interested in such application will be heard at this time.
Please step forward, tell us your names, and tell us what you'd like to do, please.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Stoy, I'm 157 Cornell.
Hey, I'm Michael Kreutzer. I reside at 157 Cornell. We are looking to place a generator within, or it's not within the 5-foot designated area for compliance. So we were looking for
A variance.
a variance, right?
So it's outside of our back, I don't know if you have pictures or whatever, but there's a fenced-in yard out of our back door, and that's, according to whatever, it's the ideal place to put a generator right there, but it doesn't fit within the 5 feet variance, but we've talked to our neighbors, and they're absolutely fine with this, and we would like to put a generator within that area that we designated, that Anderson has talked about it and measured and everything else. And that was the only problem with that area, was the neighbors, and they said, no problem.
Just to clarify, this is the area adjacent to the frame shed?
To the what?
The shed?
No, it's by the fence, by 153 Cornell.
Okay.
There's a fence right there.
Do you have a picture? Do you want me to?
Well, we have, this was a lot of our discussion, so we have your survey, and someone drew a dot right here next to the frame shed. That's our submission. Is that not what you want?
No.
Well, actually,
It's over here. This is where, oh, that's Michelle. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm looking at it upside down. No, it's not by the pool, though. Oh, my gosh.
no, it's in our corner of our lot, right in the corner next to 153.
See, here's maybe a clearer,
Yeah, it's a bigger picture.
where that red dot is, that's the submission.
We'll put the dot there.
There's not a shed. That's the problem. There's not a shed. It's just a, wait a minute. I'm
There
sorry.
may have been a shed in 1994.
Oh,
which
there is a shed now. There is a shed now, but it was not, it was grandfathered in. We moved in and they had already put a shed in and they didn't put the.
We're not here to beat you up about the
Okay.
shed. We're here to
I know.
figure out where you want the generator.
Is the generator going to be closer to Sherrill Lane or French Road? Which side of your house?
French Road.
French Road side.
Right.
Okay, so then,
This side.
Okay,
Right in the
so-
corner.
Yeah.
So that's
why don't you, can you draw an accurate dot where you want the generator?
I'm really confused.
Yes. So, yeah. So this is the concrete patio. This is the house. This is our neighbor,
We
153.
actually took
Right?
a picture right where it's going to go.
153. So it's right, literally right here.
Next to the concrete patio?
Yeah, concrete patio, right where it says 15.10. It's on that side. I don't know why somebody put it
This
down over here.
this is the fence to our neighbor's house.
We're
and
not
this is
putting, oh my
right
gosh,
where we
there's
want
no
to put
room
it.
over there to put that.
All right, let's hang on 1 second. Why don't we go off the record?
Okay.
So
Because
there's not,
the minutes
there's
are gonna
not
be
5 feet in there.
So, like, on this map?
All right, we're off the record. So
Hang on, Michael, we're gonna go.
why don't you guys take 2 minutes and accurately mark it on this, and then we'll just, have a motion to amend the submission just to accurately reflect what the people want. Is that okay with you?
You don't have to amend anything. If they want it on that side,
Do they need
right
to-
now, as long as
Wait,
they're
do they-
still
right,
within
do they
that
need
5-yard
to-
setback, you don't have to amend anything. If they want it on this side or this side, it's still a 5-yard setback. The setback is the same. Could you come here, please?
Yep.
All right. So
So glad
this
we're
is
up
where, I think Anderson,
So glad we're up
this is where they mark it, okay? So you want it
Well, we're still
here.
online video,
Now, isn't there
You
a
don't have to
structure
take
here?
these minutes.
There's only an awning. There's no enclosed anything.
This is where she
And
marked
when
it.
they're, where they,
Sam. It's
so the
exact
concrete ends
opposite
here,
of where
and the awning
She
is
doesn't need a
over here, and
variance,
they're gonna
does
put it
she?
right at the edge of where the concrete is, so it will not be.
Okay, so
under
roughly
the
in the back corner of this concrete, so right here?
more than six.
No, more like, in here, like.
Well, they want to put it close to the fence, I think.
Right here.
That's what I'm saying.
Where's the end of our
Kind of, but it
house?
has to be, you know, it has to be away from the house.
Yes.
Yes.
Roughly, but you're still, so this thing's 2 foot wide, if you butt it up to the concrete, that leaves you 2 foot, 2.6 feet. So you're looking at like 2 foot 8 inches, so you're still within the 5 foot setback. So it's the same thing, it's just on the opposite side of the house. More than likely, it was just an error on Anderson's part when they submitted the application.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's no,
That's what I said, put that dot there, it's the wrong spot.
there's no room in there.
Okay, let's go back on the record. Okay, so do you have a request that we amend your submission to decide whether or not the variance should be granted as marked on this map right here? We'll call Exhibit 1.
Yes.
Okay,
Would you mind passing that down?
we're going to pass Exhibit
Let me
1
make the
to
dot a
everyone.
little more visible.
So basically, it went on the opposite side, where it should have been on the first place.
It's a black dot.
It would- Right, exactly. As long as the setback is the same.
with a
We don't have a
circle
problem
around
with
it.
Right.
Okay.
Pass that down to the other side.
I'm like, oh, screw.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Underneath this patio, is there a window or a door towards the edge of the house?
No.
It's further away? Because the exhaust has to maintain at least 36 inches from an opening. But you also require about 18 inches from the structure because of the fire separation, so you'll be set back a little. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yep.
Okay. Do we have questions from my fellow board members? Member Yarborough, Member Ertl,
No, thank you.
Member Sprata,
Of course.
please.
On the amended side now, have you talked to the neighbor on that side of your house?
Yes, we.
Yes.
And has he or she or they agreed to what you want to do?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. And the generator runs on gas, correct? Natural gas? So they got to run a gas line to that generator.
Correct.
Yeah.
And there's no basements in those houses, so they're going to put it on the outside of the house
Right.
from the opposite side of your backyard to where you want to put the generator,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in the amended spot, you want to put it, how far will that be from the property line?
3 feet.
About
3
2 foot 8 inches.
2 foot 8, which is
Give or take.
more room than if you wanted to put it on the original,
Away.
on the other side of that shed.
Yes.
This
It's a lot
makes
more.
way more sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, the original, what you have there, dot, there's literally,
yeah, it's virtually
no, that's.
nothing.
We would never consider putting it there. There's no.
Okay.
It's a hazard, right there it would be a hazard.
Yeah, just so we all
Oh
understand.
my gosh,
Right.
no, it's not going there.
Okay.
Any further questions, Member Sprava?
No.
Member Menard, any questions?
None for me.
Any questions, comments, concerns from legal?
Nothing from me, with the noted amendment. I think we're good.
Okay. Anything from code?
No, we're good.
Okay. So with that, I'd like to read the 6 criteria for an area variance in New York State. It's part of the packet that was filled out. I'm going to read the questions and your answers to them. Number 1, will an undesirable change be produced in the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties be created by granting of the area variance? You wrote no, and I would say that's true. Number 2, can the benefit sought by you, the applicant, be achieved by some other method other than an area variance? You wrote no, and I would agree. Third, is the requested area variance substantial? You wrote no, and that's true. Fourth, will the proposed area variance have an adverse effect or impact the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district? You wrote no, and that's true. 5, is the alleged difficulty self-created, which consideration shall be relevant to the decision of the Zoning Board of Appeals, but not necessarily preclude the granting of the requested area variance? You wrote no, and I would say that one's yes. And last but not least, what is the minimum area variance deemed necessary and adequate? 2 foot 8 inches.
I think so, yes.
You said 2 to 3 feet, so that's the same.
Yeah.
We'll be specific. Okay. With that, with one of my fellow board members, I'd like to put forth a motion to grant or deny this variance as presented.
I'll make the motion to grant the variance.
Motion made by Member Yarborough. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Member Sprata. Roll call vote, please.
Member Sprata,
Yes.
Member Erdl,
Yes.
Member Menard,
Yes.
Member Yarborough, and Chairman Delaney.
Yes.
5 yes, variance granted.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you very, very much.
Thanks for all your
Do we
time.
have a motion to close the hearing?
Make the motion to close.
Member Erdl makes a motion, second.
I second the motion.
Member Menard, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. You're not kidding. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys.
Guys, remember.
Appreciate it.
See you later, Paul.
All right, thanks, Michael.
No problem.
Hey, Sam. I'm going to fold this to best.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's okay.
Okay, are we still on?